Hey guys, how's it going? Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic here, and I'm here with my very first bourbon tasting. And not only is it my very first bourbon tasting, it's also like pretty rare and hard to get. And I had a good buddy of mine, Andy, who from 21090 Brewing, and he sent me some. So I don't know what I'm doing. So I've asked him to come along for the ride to kind of explain to me a little bit about the bourbon we're drinking, which is Stagg Junior, not Stagg, Stagg Junior. And then he's going to kind of walk me through on how this actually works. You know, how I'm supposed to smell it, how I'm supposed to taste it, all the things that I should be tasting, all that good stuff. So don't forget, like, share, do whatever you do, subscribe if you want. But I'm going to bring my buddy Andy up, and we will see how this goes. So here we go. What's going on, brother?
Travis, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm nervous.
About what?
I don't get nervous, and I'm nervous now because it's something I'm not comfortable with. It's something I'm not used to doing. So when I start something new, it kind of makes me nervous.
This is fun. Hey, look, you can't screw up drinking whiskey, buddy. So there's nothing to worry about. So it's all good.
All right. So tonight you had sent me some Stagg Junior, and I understand there's like different batches of this. And which batch does this come from?
This is batch 12. Stagg Junior was put out. It's a Buffalo Trace product, and it was put out to kind of give an alternative to the George T. Stagg, which is literally impossible to find. And you need some really deep pockets to get it. So this was Little Brother came out, but Little Brother packs a big punch because it's a barrel proof, and it's more of like a Buffalo Trace, the regular bourbon, barrel proof.
I've had Buffalo Trace. Yeah, I have had.
So imagine Buffalo Trace like really amped up. And when it first came out, it was so big and heavy that people were kind of like, "Ooh, this is all over the place." They didn't like it, but as batch by batch got better, people started really falling in love with this. And Batch 12 is one of the best batches that they've done so far. And as you can see, I'm going to probably have the last few little drops with you tonight because I sent you some, and I'm going to pour myself a little bit.
So did it hurt? You said it hurt when you were pouring this, like you didn't want to give it away. You didn't want to.
Every time I do this, there's less when I go like this, and yes, it hurts just a little bit. So,
all right. So if I have it right, Glencairn glass. That's what
Glencairn glass
I should be drinking with. I don't have a 21091 yet.
That's all right. It's coming. Rock on. See that right there.
This. All right. So.
So this is a big proof. Okay. So I mean, just 132.3. This is a big boy. All right. And we're not cutting it with water or anything like that. So you don't want to stick your nose all the way in there, or you're going to burn the nostrils right out of your, the hairs on your nostrils. But just a little bit over top of the glass, give her a whiff, and just kind of tell me what you smell. Kind of.
It's sweet, like a sugary, like yeah.
Exactly. You get kind of like that burnt sugar, kind of like little cinnamon sweetness, kind of just kind of kicking on there. And actually, for being as heavy as it is, it's got a nice nose. It doesn't knock you out of the park, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't smell as strong as I was expecting it to be, not with that proof. So
no, and this is I think it's around a nine-year aged bourbon. So it's spent some time in the barrel. You can see some color on it. It looks really nice, caramel kind of color on it. But yeah, let's virtual cheers, my man.
Oh, cheers, brother. Oh, and it's even smooth. I mean, you get a little bit of heat right off the get-go.
Yep. But it's that good heat, It's that kind of bites you a little up front, but then it just kind of nice, that kind of coats going down and makes you want to dive in for another sip. A lot of that, like the big red chewing gum, like you kind of ever had those as a kid. You kind of like,
it's got a little bit of like the cinnamon, kind of like the rare breed rye had a little bit of cinnamon, sort of.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's something that I'm tasting.
What I like about this is for 132 proof. I can't believe that you can drink it neat and you can enjoy it, because that was a problem when the first few batches came out. they said it was just so aggressive that you needed to cut it with a ton of water just to even. And so it's been refined a little bit to the point where they've got these batches down right. And 12 is just one of the better batches, period, that people really fell in love with. So I was lucky to score one of these bottles, and I'll tell you, it does not disappoint. It's a pretty pour.
Is that vanilla?
Oh yeah,
maybe vanilla a little bit. I don't
yeah.
know. It's spice with the vanilla.
Absolutely, you get a lot of that from that wood imparts so many flavors like that. That charred wood will give you those vanillas and caramels and kind of cinnamons and the burnt sugars. They all kind of come from that. And it's a Buffalo Trace #2 mash bill, so you got that rye kicking a little bit in there. It's nice.
Oh man, now I'm sad I only have this much of it.
I'm sad too. I don't know if I've got enough to send you one more.
No, that's by all means. You've done enough. This is.
Hey, I do have a 15 sitting downstairs, so maybe I can send you that, and we can see what your thoughts are when we do another batch.
Oh, I am down because this is amazing. And
So,
I've only been drinking whiskey or bourbon for since Christmas, and this
will probably be up there in one of your memorable ones. Sometimes you drink those pours and you're like, yeah, I want to dive back in. So
I'm trying to drink it slow because I want to make it last, but it's so good I want to finish it.
Well, didn't happen here. I'm on empty. But I tell you, I think you did great, man. If nothing to be nervous about, man, you did that right.
Cheers, brother.
Hey, man, absolutely. And more to come, right? Because I would love to see you do some more whiskey reviews. You do them justice, man. So
that was the agreement. You sent me the Stagg. We did the review, and now I want more. It's like an addiction.
Yeah. So I tell you, if you can find one of these in the wild, I think they're supposed to be around $65 or so MSRP. Usually, people unfortunately get marked up secondary, so 100 plus. But if you ever find an honest person who'll sell to you at cost, this is worth the pickup because it's just really good juice.
Oh, it's definitely delicious, and yeah, anybody that's watching, if you need that's amazing. And now I'm happy, elated, but sad because it's gone.
I am with you. But of course, the end of the bottle always means the opening of another one, so that's not a terrible thing. So we'll figure something out for next. But yeah, man, you did great. And
I mean, that was my first review. I mean, it's not long. It doesn't take long to actually do a review unless we do outtakes. But I don't do outtakes because it's one shot, one kill with me. So if we screwed it up, it would have been just live. Thank you, Andy, for coming and hanging out. And we will see you on Tuesday.
Absolutely.
For 21090 Tuesday. And there's going to be all sorts of parties and good times to have.
Always fun. And maybe more bourbon giveaways for those of you looking to dip your toes in the bourbon world. We're always happy to share with our friends. Get you on board. And Todd broke one of my lights. So.
Oh, good job, Todd. Good job. You had one job, and that was just to push record and not to break lights.
One job. So.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Buddy. And I will see y'all Tuesday night. And everybody else in the chat and everybody watching, y'all have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. Later, guys. Man.